We don't have that any longer. It used to be when we started with our bankers. In our top management, we have people from General Motors, we have people from NDTV, which is completely different ballgame altogether. We have FMCG, we have people from Genpact, so all kinds of people in the top management now. At the front level, I think, as Anurag was saying, we are open to people. I don't think any one profile, that kind of is succeeding. Over 10 years, we have seen that it's more personal characteristics which are, outshining rather than our competence of selling which is coming in. And people management job is a big aspect which you don't get at a young age. So there is a struggle now. In fact, some of the older companies like ICICI, ourselves, and HDFC are looking at starting our own academies, kind of thing, because we are not getting any raw material in the market. And whatever we're getting is not up to mark. It's a long struggle. We have had chats with the ministry, we have had, so ICICI is doing a lot of those things, and Life Council, which works at the smaller level, has been operating and trying to make a syllabus for 4 or 5 or 6 months.
How would you describe a person who would be great in your industry?
Well, it is a spectrum actually. If you see, on the one hand you have the most brainy chaps who are the actuarial guys, and on the other hand you are the most street smart guys. So the whole spectrum of employees are there. So actuarial, you have to have 7 years before you even become an actuary. So you have that kind of brain power on one side, and the other side is just a graduate who comes out and you can start. So you really can't say you need a kind of person in insurance. The whole spectrum is very different. And the experience, as we see, as we are growing bigger and bigger, because our renewals bucket is going to be far higher than our the first year business. You need more tenured people who understand operations very well, who understand the implication of losing a customer and customer centricity. So it's a completely different volume at the back end and the front end where the customer is. So it's not only sales. Slowly the customer centric operations guys are going to be very, very in demand, because they are as valuable as the sales guys are, because sales guys are getting you fresh business, and here are the people who will retain the customer with you over a period of time. Then you need brainy guys who will start customer segmentation just like banks have. We haven't started that yet in insurance too much. So you need people who are specialized CRM kind of guys who will go in, look at that customer data, look at cross-sell opportunities. Then the whole model of sales is also changing, because the cross-sell opportunity guys are very different from agency guys who are going to be there. So it's a very different ball game.
How do you bring about uniformity in culture of the organization where you have people who are so different, a common vision, value, and say for a management training, how do you explain the flavor of the company on campus?
The flavor is more or less based not on so much what you're supposed to do, but what kind of place are you going to join. And the employee value proposition works on what is in it for me more than anything else. So one pillar is the values, the core values of the organization, that this is what we want to be. The top of the pyramid is that this is the kind of place we want to create together. And on that there are 2 more pillars. So learning opportunities, whatever you will get here are going to be very different than what you have perhaps experienced. And the reward opportunities along with that. So there are different pillars, and then there's a top of the house, so to say. So that's how you kind of sell it. So management training speed is very different from our sales guy speed, though the value system and other things are going to be the same. And those are also changing. So many people see that in 2009, the whole workforce moved from 154,000 to almost 130,000 in the whole workforce in insurance. So you saw a dramatic cut of around 20,000 people going out. So people are scared to join in. So whether it is the operations guys, the sales guys, so many places that challenge is there. That people don't want to come in. They say, we don't know when will you have the next cut kind of thing. So it's a challenge. It really is a challenge to get. And as I was saying, it was easier perhaps to get people 2 years ago. Last year has changed the whole ballgame. We are in our 2010 plan. I'm already short of my plan. Whatever I committed in January, I'm running short. In February, I'm going to be coming short again. Hopefully by March, I will catch up. March and April, I'm trying to catch up. And the struggle is, pardon my saying, so no consultant wants to work with me in dawn. You won't even know where dawn is. how do I get a person there? And I went out and asked somebody in Pune, would you give me a person? And he said, yeah, of course. And they brought in people from Pune. And Pune guys will never go to DOM, right? They have no inclination of going there. So it's a different volume. And industry has expanded so much that you have players like him, who are very metro-centric, and you have players like us at ICICI who are in backup.
An interesting thing there, interesting learning there is actually from the pharma sector, which also seems to have people present in remote locations everywhere, because that is a service, or even telecom for that matter now has a lot of people. So there's a lot of learning from those sectors, I think, that can be applied back into. So okay, so let me just ask a question to the bankers here. How has been the forecast for you, and what are you expecting in 2000 and 2011? It seems very positive so far as we move across the table. So,
so let me bring the myth of positivity. We as an organization are in a unique position today, right? And I think it's all across, and everyone reads more about us than we know. So, and the joke is, I always keep telling people in my organization, saying to get communications on you have to beat Google, and that's a difficult thing. But for the question that you asked, I think from our organization standpoint, the focus clearly is on global markets and private banking parts of the business, because that's where a lot of investigation, that's where we would be. The idea is more about, if you were to look at the question that you said, growth would come from investment banking, private banking, global market side of the business, but more from a replacement, business as usual kind of scenario for at least next 2 quarters would be from a retail and commercial perspective.
And you're obviously seeing, especially in that side of the business, a huge exodus actually of expat Indians who are looking to come back and work in India.
Oh yes, we've hired a few in our own organization, people who wanted to come back, and even at the stage that we are in, they were very keen to build a career and explore an opportunity. So we've got someone in our commercial side at a very, very senior level to come back from the States and join us. So that's surely a positive thing if you talk to Indians who are outside.
And Vivek, what about your?
So for Kotak is a fairly conservative bank, and we strongly believe in protecting the money of the people who have invested with us. And with that, the key learning that we had in 2009 is that when we thought it is very bad, it was actually not that bad. And when we thought it is coming back fast, it actually did not come back very fast as well. So somewhere it is hanging in between, and we see that in the future also, this dilemma will continue. It will continue in 2011 and 2012 also. So are we aggressive in terms of our hiring forecast? The answer is no. We are somewhere in the middle. So we have stopped thinking very aggressive or stopped thinking very bad. Either which way, moving forward. Do we reach the 2007 level? So that is what the target looks like in terms of manpower, in terms of the budgets and the headcounts that we are looking at. But so again, I'm repeating this. How aggressive are you is really to be defined. How much aggressive you want to be in the industry. In terms of the sectors that we are looking at, clearly that is where we feel that there's a lot of movement that will happen as far as India is concerned.
This is a question again. I'm going to throw it open to everyone, and please feel free to answer. This industry, from an outsider's point of view, or from a search consultant, the recruitment industry's point of view, one of the things that we don't see anymore in this sector is cutting-edge innovation when it comes to talent acquisition. Doing things differently, looking at different value propositions. What has been your take individually in your organizations on that? And if you can share some experiences here with the recruiters on what your organization may be doing in that area.
Also from Kotak point of view, we have a similar software which is there in place. It integrates all our consultants, it integrates CVs that come through, it integrates the internal job posting that happens. So there's a regular, so the same thing that we are talking about, right? It is very much there, and that is how we, one interesting thing that we changed in this software was in the banking industry per se, and I'm sure my colleagues will agree on this, the number of frauds that have happened, employee-related frauds have increased, and there's a huge need that we expect that the consultants keep a